Here's a question we get more than almost any other when somebody's thinking about moving to Sarasota. Okay, but what's the weather really like?
And what they usually mean is it actually as nice as it looks in the pictures, or is there a catch?
So we're gonna give you the whole year. The good, the gorgeous, the hot, and yes, the part where we all keep our eye on the tropics for a few months. Not the postcard version, but the real version.
I'm Danielle of Danielle Gliding & Co. Realty. I came to Sarasota as a child and I've lived here for 50 years. So I've seen just about every kind of weather this place has to offer. And I can tell you, I've never wanted to live anywhere else.
And I'm Alison Kanter, Danielle's business partner and her daughter. I was born and raised right here in Sarasota.
So after 50 years of living here, we know exactly what the weather is like. And we'll walk you through it season by season.
And if this is helpful, please do us a favor and hit subscribe and like this video because we're putting together a whole series for people thinking about making this move. And one thing that holds true all year is we get a tremendous amount of sun. Most of the year is blue skies, but so no matter what the season, you're gonna see a whole lot of sunshine. Let's start with the season everyone falls in love with, winter. From December through March, the weather here is about as close to perfect as you can get. We're talking warm sunny days, 70s, cool mornings, low humidities, blue skies.
This is when the snowbirds arrive, and it's no mystery why. While the rest of the country is scraping ice off the windshield, we're having lunch outside on the water in short sleeves.
Here's how I look at it. Up north, it's white, powdery snow, and down here, it's white, powdery sand. Same color, very different vibe. You decide which one you'd rather be standing in.
I love that. And in January, you'll catch yourself texting a beach photo to your friends back in Ohio. Sometimes you don't even need to add a caption. The palm tree, it says it all.
Now, I will say, and this is a real thing that happens to people here, after a few winters, your definition of cold completely changes. You'll see born and raised Floridians in parkas the second it hits 60 degrees.
It's true. I'll have the heat on in the car at 62, and someone visiting from Minnesota is walking around in flip-flops, perfectly happy. You acclimate. Give it 2 winters and you'll be reaching for a sweater at 70.
We do get the occasional cold snap, a cold front that sweeps down, and you'll get a few mornings down in the 30s or 40s where you'll actually want a real jacket.
And here's something unique to Sarasota. Once in a while, you'll get all 4 seasons in a single day. You wake up and there's frost on the ground. By noon, you're peeling off the layers because it's so hot. You put a sweater back on it as it cools in the evening, and then it turns downright cold again at night.
It's a little wild when it happens, winter, summer, fall, and winter again all before bedtime.
It's rare, but it's Florida. It can happen. The one thing you can count on through all of it though is the sunshine. Almost every single day we've got it. And it snowed here maybe a couple times in 50 years. It's so rare that when it happens, it's a major news event. It leads the broadcast. People are pulling over to take pictures of a few flurries. We still talk about it years later. So if you're coming from up north, our winter is gonna feel like a gift. Spring, April into May is another gorgeous stretch, and it's a little bit of a local secret. Warm, sunny, still fairly dry, and the humidity hasn't really set in yet. A lot of us will tell you that spring and fall are the actual best times of the year.
It's the sweet spot. The water warms back up, the days start to get longer, and the heavy summer rains haven't started yet. If you've only ever visited in the winter, spring is the season that shows you the whole year is full of good weather, not just the cool months.
It's beautiful. Everything's green, everything's blooming, and it's the perfect time to be out on the boat or on the beach without that midsummer heat.
And the daylight stretches out. You've got long, warm evenings made for dinner outside or at sunset on the water. I'd argue that spring is when a lot of people quietly decide this is where they want to be.
And the snowbirds are still here through about April. So the town is still lively before it quiets down for the summer. You get the best of both, great weather and great energy.
And if you're starting to picture yourself here, that's exactly the kind of thing we love to talk through. Come to DanielleGlidingCo.com and book a call with us. We'll walk you through neighborhoods, seasons, all of it. That's DanielleGlidingCo.com.
Now let's talk about summer, because this is the part most people ask about, usually with a little worry in their voice. From about June through September, it is hot and it's humid. Daytime highs in the upper 80s to around 90, and the humidity makes it feel warmer than that.
And I'm not going to talk you out of it. It is hot. I'm sweating right now. But here's the thing nobody tells you up north. The summer here has a rhythm, and once you learn it, it's actually wonderful. Mornings are usually beautiful and a little bit calmer.
Then most of the afternoons, like clockwork, the clouds build up and you get a quick dramatic thunderstorm that cools everything down, and then it clears right back up and we have these gorgeous sunsets.
You can almost set your watch by it. 2 or 3 o'clock, here comes the show.
And it really is a show. The Florida thunderstorms are something to see. The lightning out over the Gulf, the rain coming down in sheets, and an hour later the sun's back out like nothing ever happened. Those afternoon storms are one of my favorite things about a Sarasota summer.
And the water by then is like bath water. The Gulf warms up into the upper 80s by the late summertime. So it's the best swimming of the whole entire year. You'll see families out at the beach in the morning, kids in the water, and everyone clearing off around 2 or 3 when those clouds start to build.
A lot of our part-time residents head north for the deep summer, so the town gets quiet and easy. I do a version of that myself. I have a place up in the Asheville area, and I'll slip up there to escape the deepest heat.
And not just in the summer, right?
No, all year really, for a quick getaway. It's my little dose of seasonal weather, the kind we just don't get down here. But a weekend of snow is about all I need. And then I'm right back here in Sarasota.
That's the perfect summary of living here, actually. You can go get a taste of the seasons whenever you want them and then come home to the sunshine. For the rest of us who stay through the summer, you just live a little earlier in the day. Beach in the morning, indoors in the heat of the afternoon, back out for a beautiful evening. And the upside of summer being our quiet season is there's no waiting for tables at restaurants. There's no traffic, and the locals kind of have the whole town all to themselves. There's a lot to love about Sarasota summers if you really lean into it. And as we move through summer into the fall, this is where we need to talk about hurricane season directly, because it is part of living in Florida, and we're not going to pretend that it's not.
Hurricane season officially runs June through November, but the months people watch most closely are August, September, and into October. And in 50 years here, I have lived through it. You learn to respect it and prepare for it.
The key word is prepare, not panic. And forecasting today is excellent. We get days of advance warning. You know well ahead of time if something might be coming, which gives you plenty of time to get ready.
Getting ready becomes routine after a while. You have your shutters or your impact windows, you keep your supplies stocked, you know whether your home is in an evacuation zone, and you have a plan. It's not so different from how a northerner just knows how to handle a big snowstorm.
That's a really good way to put it, actually. Every region has its weather. Up north, it's blizzards and ice. Out west, it's wildfires. And here, it's a few months where you're staying aware. You just learn it, and then it becomes a part of life.
And one thing I'll say about this community, when weather comes, Sarasota takes care of its own. Neighbors check on neighbors. People show up for each other. After 50 years, I've seen it again and again, and it's one of the things I love most about this place.
And from our side of it, this is something we can help every single client understand before they buy. Flood zones, evacuation zones, how a home is built, what elevation it's on, what the insurance looks like. It's a real part of choosing the right property here.
It's nothing to be afraid of when you go in informed. That's our whole job, making sure you understand exactly what you're buying and where it sits.
And here's the payoff. Most of the season is just beautiful weather.
Gorgeous.
By late October and November, we slide right back into those gorgeous, dry, sunny winter days.
So you take the season seriously for a stretch, and then you're rewarded with the best weather in the country. For almost everyone who moves here, it's a trade they'll happily make again and again.
And if you've got questions about any of this, the storms, insurance, which neighborhoods sit higher and drier, that's exactly what we're here for. We're a mother-daughter team, so when you call, you get both of us. We always have time to answer your questions.
We really do. Reach out anytime at Danielle Glad & Co. We'd love to help you.
Okay, so before we wrap up, let's settle a fun question that everybody actually wants answered. Mom, what is your favorite month in Sarasota?
Oh, that's easy. February. Dry, sunny, low 70s, not a cloud. It's the day that makes the whole rest of the country jealous.
Solid answer. I'm gonna have to go a little different here. I love late October. The humidity's broken, the water's still warm from the summer, and the town's about to come back to life. It feels like a reward at the end of the season.
I love October too, but the month to be most ready for?
September. It's the hottest, most humid, and smack in the middle of hurricane season that you need to keep an eye on. So if you live Sarasota in September, you're gonna love it all year round.
And most people do. So that's the real picture. A glorious winter, a beautiful spring, a hot but lively summer with those afternoon storms, and a fall where you stay weather aware for a stretch, and then it's paradise again.
When you add it all up, it's why so many people never look back once they make the move here to Sarasota. The good far outweighs the few months that you have to plan around.
If this was helpful, subscribe, hit like, and follow along. And when you're ready to find your place in the sun, come see us at daniellegladandco.com.
Because we don't just sell Sarasota.
We live it every season.